And welcome back to the kitchen. Well, the kitchen wall where the calendar resides, at least for the moment. It is the month of April. This time we are going chimichurri spice with Mojo, Rojo, chicken skewers. Although, granted, I had to kind of call an audible because I do have a grill. It is just not in the proper condition to be grilling right now. It needs a very good deep clean and some new propane. So, I did have to call an audible, but we are going to make the recipe kind of on the stovetop as best we can. There's sweet potatoes, there's chicken, and there's spice. We had the vegetarian option, which, that one you expect. Replace the chicken with portobello mushrooms. Do love some portobello mushrooms. And then we are going to grab our spice pack in a minute. This is what it contains: oregano, basil, parsley, thyme, black pepper, savory, smoked paprika, garlic, and crushed red pepper. I do love smoked paprika. I just wish it wasn't so bloody expensive. April. There we go. Pardon that. We've got April. We've got chimichurri. I've done a lot of the prep work already because there's a lot of moving parts to it, weirdly. But we've got our spice pack. We'll be over at the counter in just a minute, and we'll go from there. And here we are over at the counter. Everything is prepped, but in a different way because, like I say, I'm not doing it on the grill on the skewers, so I cut the chicken breast into chunks. I did the sweet potato rounds. I'm not the biggest fan of sweet potato, so I didn't go full tilt on it, but I do have some left over that I will figure out something else to do with. So we're going to get everything set up, and we're going to continue doing the prep work, and we're going to get it going because I'm really curious as to how this is going to taste. All right, I've got the pan starting to preheat, and we're going to make the marinade / sauce for this. We've got a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. Ooh, God, that is potent and right up by my face. So we'll get down there, measure out a 1/4 cup. There we go. I'll show that in a second. So we've got our 1/4 cup red wine vinegar. Well, that didn't work out as well as I thought. Then we have 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm doing this first because it'll hopefully help the tomato paste get off of the spoon a little easier. We're going to leave that there because we do need that. Then 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Try to get it as even as possible. Yeah, the olive oil actually kind of worked. Well, there we go. Life hack. All right. So we've got our tomato paste in there. Then I'm going to grab a fork. We're going to mix it up, get it into the bowl, and we will go from there. All right, back with the fork. We're going to... Oh, wait, I almost forgot the spice pack as well. Where are my scissors? I found some scissors. Don't know where the kitchen scissors went. Oh, they're in the draining rack. I must have used them for something. So we're going to get our chimichurri spice into the measuring cup. That goes there. And now we shall continue with the mixing of it. Actually, we might not need the bowl. I can just do half of it. Because basically we're going to toss half of the chicken in this sauce, and then the other half is going to be used for, kind of topping it once it's done to add a little extra. All right, it's mixed enough. So we're going to get, how much is in here? Right around half a cup. So we're going to pour in right around 1/4 cup, maybe a little more because there's a decent amount of chicken, because I do love some chicken. And that's pretty good. And then, through the glory of sealable things, we're just gonna, kind of move it around, toss it up. Now, another part of the reason, and we're gonna get the chicken going first because I think it's gonna take a little longer than the sweet potato. Actually, it turns out I didn't need that. I love it when a plan sort of kind of comes together. But another part of it is, I have never had good luck cooking with skewers. I always burn myself on the metal ones, and the bamboo ones, even if I soak it longer than they recommend it, they still catch fire. Can't figure it out, but, you know, it is what it is. So we've got the chicken tossed in it. We're going to put it over here. We're going to do the potatoes in the cast iron. Yeah, buddy. So this is going to be, sorry, I apologize in advance, but there's going to be a lot of different jump cuts and things going on because there's going to be a lot of moving parts. And most of the jump cuts, honestly, are going to be me kind of cleaning as I go. So let's get this chicken going. Oh, yeah. Smells good. Smells real good. All right, our cast iron is smoking, so we're going to brush, and I do have a brush here. Put a little oil in that. We're going to brush on some olive oil onto both sides of the potatoes. Yeah, baby. And we're back. Shout out to Tim. Had to glove up because I need to flip these little doohickeys over to make sure both sides get coated. Then we're going to get them on the pan, grill it. Sweet potatoes, it looks like it takes about 5 or so minutes a side, which is a lot faster than, you know, your standard potato. Oops, that's the wrong one. We're going to season them with a little bit of salt and pepper, and always season from a good height, which I kind of didn't do there, so everything can get evenly coated. Salt. That one will just be a little peppery, not the end of the world, because honestly, I do love black pepper. So let's get the other sides, and then we'll get these going, and just continue to go from there. Oh yeah. Now I know everybody, a lot of people are just huge into. Let's get these in the pan. Sweet potatoes, sweet potato fries. I don't know. I've tried them. You know, they're just, let's get that heat going. You know, they're just not for me. But I have tried them. I do like regular potatoes. Sweet potatoes, unless it's really in a pie form. All right, I'm cleaning up, so we're going to take a pause, and we'll be back once everything is starting to cook, and we will assemble from there. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. We flipped the potatoes. They are looking good. Chicken is coming along rather nicely. Smelling, whoops, I just showed you absolutely nothing of what I was just doing. Chicken is smelling absolutely delightful, and I really cranked the heat so I can get some of that kind of grilled flavor, you know, those char marks, but oh yeah, this smells really good. So hopefully it'll be in about another 3 to 5 minutes. We can plate this up, get it going, and have a taste, because I actually cannot wait. All right, another couple of minutes have passed. It was about 7 or 8 total for the potatoes. I think I sliced them a little thinner than they said. They said a 1/4 inch, but I don't know. I just kind of sliced it. I think it was a little less than 1/4 inch, but they cooked a little faster, which is absolutely fine with me. The chicken is just about done, and it is smelling very good, so we're going to take a massive jump cut. Yay, massive jump cut completed. So we're going to get some of the potatoes out. We're going to layer them. Don't try to be a little fancy, but, you know, fancy can only go so far when I'm involved. We're going to get, actually, since I didn't make many, we'll just get all the potatoes out, and this will just be a really nice hearty lunch, and I am all for that. So we've got our potatoes in roughly some sort of design. I'm going to turn that off. Oopsie doopsies. We've got some of the chicken, and a lot of this is going to be left over for me for later. Plus I have another sweet potato that I'm going to deal with, and if this turns out well, that's probably what I'll do, is just make some more kind of fresh sweet potato rounds for it to go on. So we have plated up, and then a little bit of the extra sauce for the drizzle to just add a little more tomato and that chimichurri flavor, which I am a massive, massive fan of. And now, here's our presented, deconstructed chimichurri mojo rojo chicken skewers because they weren't really skewers. In fact, it was stovetop, but I think it's going to be good. So we're going to take a second. We're going to jump cut, and I'm going to try this. Okay, we're over at the other part of the kitchen. We've got our... Oh, smells so good. And I love... Well, actually, let's see. There we go. I think that might work a little better. Yay, food. We've got all that spice, that red wine vinegar, which I love. Let's take a piece of the chicken first. It is going to be extremely hot, so as is the way. That's nice. That's nice. I wish, though, in hindsight, 1 minute. In hindsight, I wish I would have marinated the chicken for a couple hours in this stuff. That would have made it a lot better. The flavor's there, that kind of herbal red wine vinegar and that sweetness of the tomato. It's there. It's just not as strong as it could have been. So if you're going to try something like this, I would definitely say marinate the meat. What do they say? At least 4 hours, better overnight. Note to self, next time I do that, we're going to do that. Actually marinate it. So, let's try the sweet potatoes, see how they end up grilled. I've never actually had a grilled sweet potato that I can recall. Okay. I think I like grilled sweet potatoes. Because it doesn't have that weird sweetness. It's got a nice char, because they did it in a cast iron. Really nice char. Picked up a lot of the flavor from just the few minutes that the chicken was sitting on it. Yep, that's gonna be good for the other sweet potato. That's the only thing I wish I would have done, was marinate the meat. Other than that, this was a solid one. So, thank you for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're having fun with these. I'm enjoying them. Because now, I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to finish eating. So, until next time, thanks everybody. We will see you later.